Yo, what's up? I'm back. I haven't been playing the game all that much because I've been playing other games. But yeah, before you get into the video, if you want to enter the giveaway, I have like 15 free gift codes to give. Just comment down below your Discord ID. Make sure you have your Discord ID so I can message you. The first 15 comments with their Discord ID, I will give the gift code to them. So yeah, that's how you enter the gift code. Again, just comment down below your gift code ID. First 15 gets the gift code, right? Yeah, let's take a look at the roadmap. The first thing that they revealed is that the game will be launched in China server in January. So right here, mid-January. This is what they've been working on. That's why we've been getting less and less updates. So, and also with the China version, they hope that the game will be synchronized, so the Chinese version will be up to date to the current version, global server. And also, they're also talking about season 1 of Celestial Anomaly. The first iteration of Celestial Anomaly was season 0. So yeah, hopefully this first season fix a lot of the dumb stuff in the first iteration. Like the towers for Celestial Anomaly was so tedious to do. We didn't need an additional 450 floors of towers. We already have like a lot of towers in the game. So hopefully they reduce that amount, or just like give us the boss stages and not the non-bosses. The non-boss floors was pointless to do because all we need to do was control it and nothing else. It was the boss stages that we needed to come up with a few strategies. But yeah, hopefully they reduce the non-boss stages because that one was a little bit too tedious to do. They're also mentioning that the new Esper story events will be released starting from version 3.3.9. So we didn't get any story events for Haley, for Liam, because they said like they are postponing to the January update. So once we get to January, they should be releasing new Esper story events once again. Okay, this one is big. I want you guys to listen to this just a little bit.
Gameplay during the third quarter of this year. We have analyzed the data and the tons of feedback we received regarding the strength of newly released Espers.
This one right here. Regarding the strength of newly released Espers. So when Celestial Anomaly was released, they also released Mateo and Xuanpin together. And Mateo, if you didn't have Mateo, the first round of Celestial Anomaly was impossible to compete. I didn't have Mateo, and I landed in like rank 20 of my group ranking, because the reason why he was so good is because the mechanics, they also mentioned it after this right here.
The stage mechanism.
There we go. The stage mechanisms. They mentioned this one because Mateo, not only, if he only did damage to the boss, it wouldn't have been a big of a deal, because a lot of units do big damage to the boss, right? But Mateo not only did a lot of damage, but he procs the Judgment Seal debuff, whatever it's called, Judicator buff. He procs the Judicator debuff on the boss on his Spark debuff. So whenever your allies attack the enemy with the Spark debuff, it adds 1 stack of the Judicator buff, which allows you to stun the boss more often than not using Mateo. That is why Mateo was so overpowered in the first iteration of Celestial Anomaly, and throughout the Celestial Anomaly. If you didn't have Mateo, you couldn't compete in Celestial Anomaly at all. And also Xuanpin is the best bossing unit in the game, and even still, hopefully they address this. Like, releasing new units to be good in the content is okay. It's okay. But if you release a unit that is needed, that is super broken for that content, then it becomes pay to win, because Mateo was like that. Mateo, if he only did damage, it's okay. But the fact that his debuff, the Spark debuff, adds to the Judicator debuff whenever it procs, is why it makes him super broken. This one, rewards content and allocation, I think this one is okay. It's just that, again, the towers were so completely tedious to do. we didn't need an additional, what is it, 450? I think there's like, yeah, there's 150 flaws for each of the type. So 150 times 3, that's 450 flaws of pointlessness. You could have reduced the flaws to be like 50, so we have like 150 flaws total, and just allow us to fight the boss stages, and that would be a lot better, because the non-boss stages, like I said, it was so pointless. Everyone was able to clear it with like control comps. The only problem was the boss stages that we need to come up with some strategy, right? Which is fine, but the non-boss stages was just completely pointless to do. Yeah, they said they'll take all of this into consideration. Hopefully season 1 of Celestial Anomaly is good and they fix all of this. Alright, Ripple Out Box. Let's take a look at this one. You can expect to see Ripple Out Boxes starting from the first quarter of 2024. I guess this one is going to be part of the Celestial Anomaly as well, but in the previous version of Celestial Anomaly, we did get a sort of a Ripple Out Box, but it's not for all types, it's just for that specific typing. So if you clear the tower for Flow Tower, then you get the Flow Ripple Out Box. It's not for every single typing, and I think you get like about 20 or 25 of those boxes. Hopefully they add more Ripple Out Box in more events, because I think we have like 2 Ripple Out Box in the current event that we have in the live server, which is only like 10 ripples, so yeah, it's not really enough. Okay, Shade Mother and Andras replacement. They are replacing Andras because Andras was just a reuse boss, right, from the Celestial Anomaly, and then also Shade Mother is also coming, and it's going to be a team dungeon, or I guess Shade Mother is only Shade Mother is going to be a team dungeon. I've already said this in a previous video. I made this video a long time ago. I put it on the screen, but if you want to make a co-op event, it's a hit or miss, because especially if that co-op event requires you to farm an exceptional amount. And looking at it, Shade Mother, if it gives resources like those stones, boost stones, then you would need to farm it quite a lot. And if you make a farmable co-op dungeon, it's going to be a flop. I've played too many games that has co-op feature that requires you to farm a lot, and it has been a flop every single time. So the first game that I played was Naruto Blazing. I also mentioned this in the previous video that I said. That game had 2 co-op. The first co-op feature that they made was a farmable. You needed to farm that content a lot, and that game just flopped. Nobody played the co-op event, and the only way that you can complete the co-op dungeon is by making a second account, and then you joining your second account, and then you partying with your second account, because you couldn't find any player. You needed to wait like 30 minutes to an hour to find a single player to play that content event. And then the second game was Diablo Immortal. That game was I played it for a week. I loved it, but then to progress further, you would need to find a party of, I think it was like 4 or 7, and you couldn't really play the team dungeon because you needed a party for that. If you couldn't find a dedicated party for that, your rewards would be like 50% less or something like that, and you couldn't really progress all that well. Yeah, and nobody plays co-op in Diablo Immortal unless you have a dedicated group of friends, because that game has been out for a while and nobody really wants to play co-op like that on a farmable content, that is. I don't know how they're gonna implement this Shade Mother. Hopefully they do something about the co-op event, because co-op event in a farmable content is bound to be a failure. Okay, Summer Carnival, which is going to be releasing in the 2nd anniversary in May. They are making a event that it will give us more rewards, kind of like I think the Leora event. I think the Leora event was also, no, the Leora event was after 1st anniversary, right? It was around June or something. And they're also going to release their first version of summer skin. This is good because this is like free revenue for the game and it doesn't really impact our gameplay. So for those who want summer skins, you can get them, but for those who don't really care about skins, they don't really care about skin, they don't really need to get it, right? Now guys, what are your predictions for the candidate of the summer skin? I can guarantee you 100% it is going to be a female character, and yeah, that's about it. It's going to be a female character, that's all I can predict. Alright, they're talking about guild versus guild and guild versus event environment gameplay, and they said Sentinel Hunt and Holo Battle has not received any update. So Holo Battle has been removed from the live server. Okay, in the new GVE content, club members will need to team up and explore a map together. I think this is like I think AFK Arena has this one. It's like Expedition or something it's called, where you explore the entire map and then you get rewards based on that. So there's a boss fight and stuff like that, so this might be fun. That AFK Arena feature is not that bad, it's pretty good. Yeah, like they said, for you to get more rewards, you will need to come up with the best strategy. So if your guild currently can get like I think the maximum is like 16 or 17 cheats, then you should be able to come up with a good strategy to clear the whole map. But I guess this time around it would need a lot more communication, because if you want to clear, like for example, like the AFK Arena Expedition, once you clear the tile, your other guildmates can go to the tile and then explore the next tile. So if you couldn't clear that tile, you could wait for another guildmate to clear that tile, and then you could go ahead and clear another tile. So it would need a lot more communication than the previous Sentinel Hunt, which is nice. So it opens up more interaction between your guildmates, right? Rather than just you go to do Dark Starlord and Sonica, and then the rest of your guildmates do Phobiter and Sonica or something like that. An auto chess mode will be introduced based on the current Reincarnation Tower gameplay. I don't really like auto chess all that much. I played it in Mobile Legends, if you ever played that game, and I don't really like it particularly. But the current I don't know how it's going to implement in DISLYTE, but we'll have to see. Okay, so this auto chess, each Esper belongs to a specific profession, mythology, and owns various attributes. Oh, okay. So if you employ like the same mythological or same like group of that Esper, then you get several buffs and special effects. So yeah, that would be nice. It opens up more strategy rather than just using the same exact team every single time. I don't really have much thoughts on the auto chess because I don't particularly, I mean, I'm indifferent for it. I played like the Mobile Legends version and it was okay. Yeah, there's going to be a roguelike gameplay content, I guess. Oh no, I think this is like the current like map exploration that we have, like the Ethan and what's it called? Ethan and the bunny, where you can kick like the bunny and stuff like that. Okay, campaign with dynamic levels. That I guess this is more new content. That's nice, but I don't really know what they're talking about. But more rewards is always better. Okay, this campaign mode is if one of your units die, then they will just die, and if they have lower health due to taking damage, they will start with that lower health in the subsequent rounds as well. So you really need to strategize your team. Like make sure you run a healer or a reviver so that you can revive the dead allies. Okay, self-challenge game mode. What? Okay, this is kind of nice. You can apply various mechanisms to customize the challenge difficulty and break new records. I guess you can make like a custom room and then just do like insane damage score or something like that. I did that with the Narmer, but that one was without Shenpin, so I think this one for record breaking, Shenpin is still going to be like the highest when it comes to damage, but I don't think it's just going to be damage though. And hopefully there's no leaderboard content for this one, because this is solely going to rely on the Espers that you have and not really your runes or whatever. So for those who have Shenpin, if there is a leaderboard content, then you're gonna dominate the leaderboard content, just like any other leaderboard. Yeah, this is what I don't like. Look at this. Your records and the number of mechanisms you set up is open to other players to compete for higher scores. Now hopefully there's no rewards added to the leaderboard, because we don't really need any more leaderboard rewards content. We already have knockout, we already have all of the ritual miracle of the desolate lens that has rewards on them for leaderboard content, and we also have like celestial anomaly. I think that one is also going to get leaderboard content. We have falsetto fantasy with leaderboard content. We don't need any more leaderboard content that gives rewards. All right, if you want to make a leaderboard content just for flex, that's fine, but if you want to add more rewards to the leaderboard content, that's kind of stupid. We have a little bit too much of that. Okay, more co-op boss challenge. If it's just a one-time co-op event, it's fine, like I said. But if it's a farmable co-op boss challenge, then you're gonna have some trouble. Okay, several players will collaborate to deploy a single formation. I guess this is quite interesting. So you just make one team, but you only pick like, let's say 1 or 2 espers, while the other players will also pick 1 or 2 espers, and then you combine to make a 6-man team or something like that. Okay, this is very good. The boss will also be accessible to highly competitive players for solo challenges. The fix to co-op events is that you allow for solo completions, because if there's no one playing it, then your only option is to either you create a second account, or you do a solo challenge, right? So yeah, this is a good fix for co-op events. Okay, there's gonna be more lore related content. I don't really follow the lore or this or the story. I think like the new story event, Ggez became like the bad guy or something. I don't know. So if you read the story or the lore, then this one is gonna be nice for you. Alright, that's about it for the roadmap. Also keep in mind, it is still under development, just like the previous roadmap, where they kept it under development forever. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, okay, nice, 20 gold records. Okay, this is not my gift code, right? The gift code for this video, Road to 2024, 20 gold records. Okay, expires on January 9th. Okay, make sure you use it quickly. That's about it for the roadmap. Once again, the giveaway, you just need to comment your Discord ID in the comments, and I will give it to the first 15 people who commented their Discord ID. The roadmap 2024 looks pretty promising. There's a lot of new contents, like I think 2 new co-op events, and one of them has a solo challenge, which is kind of nice, and also celestial anomaly. They did mention about the feedback that we gave them about the newly released espers being too overpowered. Like I said, being good is okay, but being overpowered like necessary to the point of Mateo level, then it's kind of scummy. Yeah, they really address a lot of stuff in this roadmap, so hopefully they keep their promises and not become like the previous roadmap where they just like fulfill like I think 2/3 of the roadmap, and we're still missing like a lot of the aspects of the old roadmap. Yeah.